Thanks for watching this edition of the Fox 7 Austin Crime Watch digital exclusive. I'm Dave Freilich. We're taking a look at some of the crime stories that have recently made headlines in our area. The Austin Police Department says it's no longer investigating serial killer Raul Mesa for any other murders in Austin, but the daughter of one of the victims is pushing for the work to continue. Here's more from Fox 7 Austin's Meredith Aldis.
The daughter of Gloria Lofton says to her the case isn't closed. APD says otherwise. Austin police say their investigation into serial killer Raul Mesa is over. Last year, Mesa accepted a plea deal, agreeing to 2 life sentences in exchange for confessing to killing Gloria Lofton in 2019 and Jesse Fraga in 2023. He had previously spent time in jail for the 1982 murder of 8-year-old Kendra Page. Despite his new sentence, Austin police told Fox 7 last October criminal investigations were continuing.
We still have 4 cases that we're still waiting for DNA testing to come back on to determine if we have any linkage to him or not.
A year later, APD says there are no known links to other cases.
When I found out that they reopened it, I was excited, I was elated. I was like, yes, let's do this. And for a whole year, it seems like they just kind of gave us false hope.
Christina Foltz, Gloria Lofton's daughter, finding out the case is closed through a text.
You could have done it better, so do better.
She says she still has questions.
It took away the hope that we thought that they were doing some actual digging and got the Secret Service involved, and then it got taken away from us. I don't understand, and they never explained to us why, so we would like to know still.
Foltz says she's still pushing for other cold cases to be looked into for the victims' families.
Those people still need answers. They might not get all of it, but I know what it feels like to get that answer and have some sort of a closure. And it's important also to make sure that the people other than Raul himself, the accountability also from the Austin police and from the DA.
APD says Mesa's DNA is on file and the cold case unit can run those tests if necessary. Reporting from APD headquarters, Meredith Aldis, Fox 7 Austin News.
In Coppers Cove, about an hour outside of Austin, a couple has been accused of moving out of their home and leaving their 12-year-old son behind. Police say back on October 17th, the child came home from school to an empty, cleaned-out apartment. The 12-year-old reportedly told officers his mother, Erica Sanders, and her boyfriend, Kevin Adams, previously said they'd be moving at some point in the future. According to police, when he was interviewed, Adams complained about the 12-year-old. An arrest affidavit says the couple refused to give an address once Child Protective Services got in touch with them. Both have been charged with abandoning or endangering a child without intent to return. 2 people who came into the country illegally have been arrested in connection to a murder. A woman's body was found off of Research Boulevard earlier in the month. Fox 7 Austin's Meredith Aldis has more.
Roman Ramos works at the tire shop off Research Boulevard.
At times when I open up the shop and I always look out here, I don't know what to expect or what to find.
On October 6th, he found a body. The woman, 43-year-old Mary Gonzalez, was lying in the woods behind the shop. Austin police say the night before, they pulled over a man named Enrique Gomez Urbina, a little over a mile away, for not stopping at a stop sign. Police say in his car, they found open Modelo bottles, a Glock, and ammunition. Back at the scene, surveillance footage showed a car matching Gomez Urbina's pull up to where the body was found about an hour before he was pulled over.
I think my husband saw our car come through. And that was after we had had dinner, so that was like late.
On the ground, investigators found Modelo bottles and a spent cartridge case from the same ammunition found in the car. The 21-year-old tried to run away, but was arrested and charged with murder and resisting arrest. His, quote, associate, 48-year-old Jesus Llanos Yanez, also tried to run, but was caught. He's undocumented and wanted by federal authorities in Mexico for a weapons charge. He's being extradited to Mexico. Gomez Urbina also illegally entered the U.S. on an unknown date and location. He has an immigration detainer pending the homicide investigation. ICE officials say, quote, President Trump and Secretary Noem will not allow criminal aliens to walk freely on U.S. streets. ICE will continue to prioritize public safety by arresting and removing alien offenders from the U.S. Gomez Urbina remains in the Travis County Jail on a $254,000 bond. Meredith Aldis, Fox 7 Austin Crime Watch.
Central Texas vape shop is looking for answers after thieves broke into two of their stores. The suspects got in by ramming a car through the front of the building. Fox 7 Austin's Marco Bitno has that story.
It could be devastating for people. I mean, this could wipe out somebody.
The moments a car came crashing through the front of a Cedar Park vape store, all a part of a daring break-in.
But you're so heartbroken because they just took something away from you.
Lacey Hobble is the owner of Drip and Rip Vapes, which on Monday was still reeling after being the victim of a smash and grab. It was around 3 a.m. Monday morning when store footage captured a car barreling through the front of the store. Several suspects making their way inside, not grabbing cash, but quickly making their way out with bags of vapes.
We don't even think they were in here 3 minutes in this store.
But this isn't the first time that Drip and Rip has dealt with this. Just a week ago, their Pflugerville store was broken into the exact same way.
And what was also similar with these break-ins was the sort of product they were after, nicotine disposables. Over $3,000 worth stolen here in Cedar Park, another $8,000 in Pflugerville.
Through a September 1st statewide ban, all nicotine vapes from China are now illegal, eliminating most disposable vapes from the Texas market.
But now that they're not easy to get in Texas, shipments are being held up. These kids are really wanting their vapes, and this is the outcome.
Hobble says the theft of product, along with damages at both stores, has left them out over $50,000.
Insurance isn't going to cover it. We're high risk, so they don't really cover vape shops, just because they know it's a possibility for you to get broken into.
But the break-ins aren't keeping shops down. With boards covering the Cedar Park store and the front door replaced, the store is up and running just hours later.
And we were ready to go by 10 o'clock for them to be here. We were serving vapes out of a big open hole in the buildings.
Hobble says Cedar Park detectives told her Drip and Rip is not alone, and the other stores have been broken into the exact same way. Just down the street on Cypress Creek Road, wooden boards covering the front of Booze Works Liquor after a car rammed through the front of their building. Now Hobble is hoping the suspects can be caught soon before another store is a victim.
Without any care in the world, they just broke it. And if they're not caught, they're going to do it again.
Teenagers are recovering after an Austin police officer shot at him. The officer claims the 16-year-old was involved in a drive-by shooting just minutes before. Fox 7 Austin's Meredith Aldis has that story.
An Austin police officer is following this car full of young men in North Austin.
He just shot at someone on the curb. Someone's down at North Gate and Rumberg.
The officer said he just saw this car involved in a drive-by shooting.
He witnessed a passenger pull a gun out of the passenger side window and fire. It appeared to the officer that he struck a person on the sidewalk fell to the ground.
The officer then followed the car. You can see the officer push the button to put on his overhead light.
The people in the car did say they knew the police were behind them, but his lights and sign were not activated. The car slowed, made a right-hand turn. The officer exited his vehicle, gave commands for the car to stop. The car continued slowly turning.
I had a drive-by shooting right now.
I'm looking at this and looking at all the things I know. There was still a threat in his mind that this person could either, if they got away, could shoot someone else. Were they coming back around to shoot the person that they had just shot at? What was going on inside that vehicle?
The car kept going for about a block. It was later found with a 16-year-old inside. He had been shot in the neck. The other 4 people in the car ran away. 3 of them were caught, a 23-year-old, a 17-year-old, and a 14-year-old. Police are still looking for one more person. Chief Davis says when they went back to find the person who was believed to be on the sidewalk after being shot, they didn't find anyone, but they did find ballistic evidence. Meredith Aldis, Fox 7 Austin News.
2 people were injured after Austin police say there was a fight with a machete across the street from City Hall. Here's more on that story from Fox 7 Austin's Jenna King.
Around 10 p.m. Monday, Austin police received reports of 2 people fighting with a large machete-style knife. When officers arrived, they found one person stabbed. Shortly after, another victim was also found with stab wounds. Both were taken to the hospital.
I feel like there's machetes and stabbings or someone with a knife or something by the water, things going on at Rainy all the time. So I'm not shocked. Unfortunately,
data from APD shows since the start of the year, there have been 10 aggravated assaults, 8 robberies, and 15 burglaries within 4 blocks of City Hall. Last year, there were 135 aggravated assaults reported citywide, compared to 90 so far this year. And just across the water, police say crime is also a concern.
That area kind of specifically right along Town Lake, like that's where we do tend to see a fair amount of activity that occurs along the shores, both the north and the south shore of Town Lake, where, again, violent crime can happen. We've had instances, like you said, involving, again, knife attacks, machete-style attacks, shootings, and stabbings that have all occurred along the hike and bike trail.
Some in the community say the news is unsettling so close to home.
That kind of just ruined my night hearing that, because yeah, that's super scary. I think it's a very walkable city. I know people don't like to say that about Austin, but I mean, you look around, the streets are filled. So it's definitely concerning and definitely something that's not gonna make me sleep easy at night, knowing that happened.
I'm a very independent person. I never feel scared or I never have hesitations being alone, but I will not walk alone at night downtown, especially by the water. And if I do, I have pepper spray in my bag and a pocket knife at all times.
Police say the case remains an open and ongoing investigation. Right now, it's unclear what led up to the altercation.
Awareness and personal safety is something that everyone should keep at the front of their minds. The department, officers, we want to preserve the ethos of our city to where it is a safe place for people to be. The reality is it has become more dangerous.
Well, a wild brawl was caught on camera at a Whataburger on the north side of San Antonio. Seven people were arrested in this fight. San Antonio police say it happened on October 5th at 3 in the morning. 2 parties started arguing about a mix-up of orders. You can see a woman punching another woman on the counter. Then several men piled on, joining the brawl. San Antonio police say, fortunately, no major injuries were reported. All 7 of these suspects were booked for assault. Well, back in August, Pflugerville police announced they'd arrested 4 people in connection to 2 missing and murdered men in 2021. We're now hearing from the victims' families as the criminal cases work their way through the court system. Fox 7 Austin's Angela Shen has more.
18-year-old Elijah Stark and 39-year-old Jared Crispin, who were roommates, were both reported missing in mid-October of 2021. They were found murdered weeks later. Elijah's mother, Beth Clark, spoke to Fox 7 from West Virginia. She knew everyone in the house Elijah moved into when he was 18.
He would have gave you the shirt off of his back. He loved women. He was a protector. He wanted to protect everybody. He was a great kid. He had a good heart.
She says he wanted to join the Army.
He had a big, bright future ahead of him, and it sucks that he's not here with us today, but he is in spirit, and I believe that in my heart that he still is with me.
She describes a difficult time during the murder investigation that spanned years.
I'm his mother, so I felt him take his last breath. So I kind of knew that he was gone, and that was an agonizing 4 years of not knowing what happened to my kid.
Pflugerville police say 39-year-old Philip Jones and 39-year-old Rico Huey are both charged with murder and 2 counts of tampering with evidence to impair a corpse. 32-year-old Michael Leon Randall and 28-year-old Jacob Stillwell were both charged with tampering with evidence. Stillwell has already been convicted and is serving 15 years in prison. The affidavit says Stillwell said he choked Elijah because of the people he owed money to. Elijah's body was found wrapped in a blanket on November 6th of 2021 in a field in Taylor.
Man, you took my heart from me. You took everything. Like, you could have took me instead of him. He had such a bright future. I don't understand why you chose him.
For Crispin, the paperwork says Jones and Huey lured him out of his room by claiming Stillwell was having a seizure. Huey attacked him with pepper spray and an extension cord before they put him in a trunk. He died of carbon monoxide poisoning. His body was found on October 20th in Memphis after the suspects drove him there. While Clark says it's partly a relief that there were arrests, it's not over until there are convictions.
It's excruciating. I just want it to be over. I want my kid to be able to rest. I want it to be all over. I want them to get sentenced. I want them to have to deal with what they've done.
Angela Shen, Fox 7 Austin News.
Georgetown man's been convicted for dealing fentanyl-laced cocaine in connection to a Cedar Park man's death. A jury found 46-year-old John Harrison Lamb Jr. guilty of delivery of a controlled substance following a trial this month. This conviction stems from an investigation into the 2022 death of a Cedar Park man who was found dead in his home after a welfare call. Lamb reportedly admitted to police he sold the drugs to the victim. He's set to be sentenced on November 6th. A Houston woman recently lost $4,000 in an elaborate bank scheme. She's one of dozens who have come forward sharing a similar experience. Randy Wallace with our sister station Fox 26 in Houston has more.
September the 15th, you went to Wells Fargo Bank and you did what? You deposited a $10,000 check. That's a check you got from your ex-husband's life insurance.
Correct.
9 hours later, you get a phone or you get a text.
I get a text.
Telling you what?
That do I recognize this $4,600 transaction? And I jumped up out of bed and I ran and got my phone. And I immediately called the customer service and to
the
tell
number
them
that you have in your phone
right,
for the bank.
For the bank, and I called and I told her it was money taken out of my account, and that was not me.
You were told they were going to close the account.
They told me they're going to freeze my card. I can no longer use my card, and they're going to freeze my account.
The next morning, you realized that amount of money, that more than $4,000 was taken from your savings account, put into your checking account. Did you do that?
No, I didn't.
And somebody took the money?
Yeah, somebody took my money.
And Wells Fargo is basically saying what? That you did it?
Yeah, pretty much.
A spokesperson for Wells Fargo tells us the bank is continuing to investigate. Randy Wallace, Fox 26 News.
Yeah, we were told after he reached out to a Wells Fargo spokesperson, Randy Wallace, the woman did get all of her money back. All right, we appreciate you watching this latest edition of the Fox 7 Austin Crime Watch digital exclusive. Remember, our Crime Watch stories run each Monday on Fox 7 Austin News at 9. For more on the stories highlighted in this episode, you can head to our website, fox7austin.com. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox 7 Austin YouTube channel. And you can also download our Fox Local apps for free and stream our newscast and content on your phone, as well as on connected TV apps like Roku and Apple TV.